In my mission in the jungle, there was more sickness than anywhere else. Like every missionary that went to the jungle, like it was almost 100% sure he was going to get sick with something. All the weird diseases were in the jungle because they had all these bugs and stuff that if you got bit, you didn't know what kind of disease it had. Sometimes missionaries in the jungle got dengue. But other than that, all of the other parts of my mission, it was just like common cold or like a flu. Those were like the only sicknesses you get. But in the jungle, I remember there was a really weird one too. Like this missionary got bit by a mosquito, and this mosquito like lays its eggs in your leg or something wherever it bites you, and so it just keeps growing bigger and bigger until it like kind of explodes, and then like you have this giant hole in your leg if you don't take care of it. So wherever you get bit, like you have to make sure you get it taken care of right away. Otherwise, you'll have this gaping hole in your body that won't go away once it's gone. So that was pretty weird. I saw that his leg was so gross looking, but then they got to it like right in time, so they were able to take care of it. But it looked really, really bad. At one point, it was all black, like this giant black center, and like it was kind of having black veins going through his calf. Like it just kind of spreading. It was really gross, but they got taken care of, thankfully.
Transportation in Lima is done by these fast-moving little vans called combis, where you jump in, you pay a small fare, and it'll take you, where you need to go. So those are just like kind of like public taxis, just these vans where you put people in, they just whiz around the entire city. Buses as well is huge, and taxis if you really need to go somewhere far or you're in a hurry. So transportation is by those means. You don't have bikes or cars or anything anywhere. The mission when I was there. Crime and safety, nothing ever happened to me, and you take the necessary precautions, right? You're smart. You stay away from certain areas at night where there's low lighting or where you've been, just advised by your mission president or members or other missionaries. I can't really say that I ever felt like I was in danger or scared for my personal possessions or my personal or receiving bodily harm or anything. You do hear, every once in a while a missionary will be robbed, in the bus, someone will snatch a bag, or walking down the street maybe at night, they will be told by, someone to give them their money, their wallet, whatever it may be. You do if you ever do encounter the situations where there's danger, where you're being robbed, you're submissive and you do what they ask you to do. It would be very unintelligent to do anything else. So don't fight back. Don't be difficult. If they want, first of all, you shouldn't carry your camera around. But if they want your money, give them your money. There'll be money, if you need it somewhere else through the mission, whatever. If they want your backpack, give them your backpack. But like I said, I never experienced anything like that. So I was very blessed, very fortunate. So if you want to avoid the situation, just follow the rules. Don't stay out in areas where you shouldn't be staying out. And in terms of housing, I was, my first area, we were in a little studio. You always have your beds, your furniture, your desks, and your own bathroom. I think more and more missionaries are having their own kitchens because more and more missionaries in my mission when I was leaving began to cook for themselves. But I never had a kitchen in any of my houses. It was usually just a studio, just a nice sized room. Sometimes they're really small, sometimes they're very small. The bathrooms are usually very small, but sometimes you get really comfortable, normal apartments, always tile floor or wood floor. Bunk bed, but you can take them apart however you want. You get your own desks, your own, like cabinets and places to put your clothes. About half the time I lived with a member, so we lived in members' homes or really, really close to members, because you obviously have to eat your 3 meals a day at a member's house. And so for me, housing was just what we needed. I can't say it was glamorous at all, but our mission president did a really good job making sure that, and the mission president's wife, Sister Doris, did a fantastic job always making sure that we were well, that we had hot water, which is a luxury. So we always had hot water for our showers. We have a portable heater that can be taken from apartment to apartment. You don't take it when you get to your apartment, it'll be there, but just in case missionaries move apartments, which I did once or twice, you take it with you. So you always had hot water, great. You had your bed, everything was fine. A lot of people work in transportation. People are taxi drivers, they drive buses. I knew a few people who I taught that did that. Others, depending where you are, there are more or less professionals. I was in some areas in Lima where there were more professionals, people like doing, things like in accounting, which was pretty rare, but I knew some accountants. I knew people who worked in hotels. I knew English professors who spoke English and taught English perfectly. In the rural areas, I knew bakers. I pensioned at a family's home. That's where I ate, where the family baked bread and they sold bread. One of my areas, my last area, called Pedaravillo, it was just a fishing town, so everyone there was in the fishing industry. So we were obviously on the coast, and we're on the coast the whole time, and you're never too far away from the coast. Sure. Agriculture is pretty big too, especially in the rural areas. I was in Wauda for 6 months, an area north of Lima, and the bishop there was in agriculture, and so those are the main industries that people kind of work in, and they work really hard. And of course, before I end, construction. People are always building. You always see, construction projects, houses and development. So people work a ton in constructing homes.